This is the SBB, and I welcome you to the Deku Tree. Or maybe not. Anyway, welcome to the Lost Shrine. The first dungeon of the game. Just take a moment to soak in that beautiful music. Whoever was the art director for Nier was a fucking genius. This orchestral sort of, how do I put it? Hymn-like music that you could, I think, is almost remnant to Halo 1 almost. If you remember the intro screen to Halo 1, this was a big deal, and I thought that was fucking incredible. You pick up the compass, or rather the Lost Shrine map. It's not exactly complicated, it's a round thing. And as you can see, the place for the most part is extremely dilapidated, so you can imagine we're going to be having to take some side paths, some sneaky routes around. Breaking boxes!
I'm coming, Yuna.
Bronze key? This couldn't possibly open a bronze door. Since when have JRPGs ever done such a thing? Yeah, that door's pretty bronze. Wait!
Damn! There are shades in here!
They don't seem to be doing a great deal. Again. Are you gonna attack? Are you gonna attack? Come on, please attack me. Do something, please. Seriously, please attack me. I'm not joking, please. For the love of God, this is the most worthless thing in existence.
She'll never make it out of here. Yuna!
To be entirely honest, why don't you ask how she got through here in the first place and you haven't found a big blood stain on the floor? Maybe that's the first question you should ask. Are you gonna get up? No. Maybe this is a good time to mention the quick menu. If you press down, it gives you a selection of your weapons. If you press up, it gives you a selection of your items. I find that incredibly useful, especially on the D-pad when it isn't really used for movement. Especially in a game where specific touchpad movements aren't really necessary. So far, so good. We're on the second floor. Actually, which way should we go? Do I go through that door or that door? It's useless trying to go up the stairs because there's a giant unpassable wall of invisible force blocking our path. How ridiculous. Wait, that's a lot of dudes. Oh, I'm missing. Damn it, ow! They also have a substantial amount of range compared to Nier, so be careful. Oh, he's already dead. Another difficult thing is that it's difficult to tell when they're just lying down or if they're actually dead until you strike them again. So you have to go really brute force out on these motherfuckers because they deserve it. These horrible, horrible monsters that aren't attacking me. Are we done yet? Was there any other purpose of being in here? Medicinal herbs? That's kind of cool. Speaking of which, let's use one. I'm actually really passionate about the whole 30% of users' HP dealie on the medicinal herbs because I find it just so much less of a hassle. You don't have to bother remembering any sort of specific amount of hit points, you just need to make sure that the bar stays full. And to be honest, for a lot of people that isn't hard. And I wonder what they keep in these boxes anyway. They just seem to be like paperweights, but for rooms. Ow, fuck. I've really got to stop, you know, maybe striking back instead of trying to charge my attacks. Because some sort of metaphysical, magical weapon to the face generally hurts. What could this be? You obtained the one-handed sword, the Nirvana dagger. And now we have a new dagger. Some people might recognise it from the Drakengard games. Let's equip it for now, because it has 6 more attack power than our original weapon, so it's slightly more powerful. And just a moment, because I feel like we may as well go over the story of the Nameless Blade. Level 1. Level 1. Gak, gak, gak. A man is sweating as he chips away at the iron ore. Men joyful singing fills the dark cave. We are workers, we are miners. People covered in dirt. Today we will mine for metal and high spirits too. Gak, gak, gak. We shall learn more of the story as the weapon levels up, but not right now. As you can see, the weapon is much more effective than the Nameless Blade, as it is much quicker, and also does relatively the same amount of damage. It has a different elemental property, but as for how much this matters, I'm not entirely sure. Ow! Nearly broke my nail on that square button again. I'm just so intent on stabbing dudes. Should I go over the story of the Nirvana dagger now? Let's save that for another time, when talk is weak. Did I mention talk is weak? Because it sure is. And I kind of hate taking on these smaller shades, because it's just... why? They're just unnecessary obstacles that dodge around and become mildly irritating. Do we kill all of them? Good. More combat! Who would have thought? I really do promise that the combat gets a little more intuitive later on, because as for now I know it seems quite basic. That's because it is. But I'm sure from the prologue you remember that the, well, the small fact is that magic really adds a lot to the game, even though it's, not really all that special and it all looks pretty much the same. They do help in some ways or two. Especially the spells that we haven't seen yet, like Dark Gluttony, which we will see in the future. You can't handle my kung fu skills, motherfucker! Boom! Yeah. I love slaughtering faceless Nazis. Yes, spoiler, the spirits are Nazis. This is actually just a COD clone. We are fighting the zombie Nazis. Because we are the Western civilization and we are always right. Even this was made by a Japanese developer. Level 4, hell yeah. As you may remember, we actually are leveling a substantial amount slower than we did in the prologue. And for that I'm slightly thankful, because the levels actually mean something in this game. The amount of damage and hit points that you can take are actually, well, with each level you gain, you do genuinely feel like you can take on more in this game. And there will be times where they're throwing monsters at you that you literally cannot defeat without 6 tons of patience. It looks like you can get outside from here, says Nier. But for now, let's go through here and collect more items. There may be something useful through here. I'm not actually entirely sure, but I thought we may as well check anyway. This is 100% completion after all. Boxes? Hell yeah. Nothing. That was a gigantic waste of my time. But hey, you can't win them all, right? Onwards to the plot, where things actually get interesting. We are not fighting some senseless dungeon filled with mindless hordes of unbearing nature. And now for some mindless platforming that isn't really platforming. Oh no, a gap. We are nearly at the throne, and for some reason there is a mailbox there. We must navigate the dilapidated structures to find our way to the other side. Why did the Nier cross the road? To slay some bitches and fuck shit up. Box pulling puzzles, it wouldn't be a JRPG without it. You know what, that's the question for today. What is your favourite box pushing puzzle in any game ever? Doesn't have to be Japanese. Tell me, what is your favourite box puzzle in the world? I'm actually quite curious to hear what it is. Tell me all about them boxes, man, because I really love me some boxes. That ladder's broken. I could probably get up there if I had something to stand on that I'm staring right at in front of my face. Yes, I can move a fucking box, don't tell me, tutorial. And there we go, mission complete. That was easy enough. Oh wait, we don't need any more medicinal herbs because we already have 10 and there's an item limit. Ow. So, let's save our progress for now. Not that it will matter. At some point. So this is the objective we've all been waiting for. Are you ready? Onwards to Hansel and Gretel.
Yona! The hell are these things?
Now you may notice that the smaller shades have now been equipped with smaller swords. They are now capable of physically attacking you. But even then the chance of them actually hitting you is still quite low. Unless you're a complete retard. But why have the smaller shades suddenly gotten all up in arms? There shouldn't be any physical reason for the shades to...
I don't have time for this crap! I have to save Yona!
Oh yes, Yona, the daughter, yes, right.
Get her back! Out of my way! Give my daughter back!
Stop! For the love of all that is holy, stop pounding me!
Then move! Yona!
By the heavens! I have never been treated in such a manner. I am a being of incalculable importance, and yet you approach me as a common cockroach.
Yona! Talk to me! Yona! Yona!
This is why I hate dealing with people. Now see here, I admire your pluck. One man going it alone against impossible odds.
Yona, come on!
But such a plan is incredibly foolish. You stand in the presence of ancient wisdom. I'm a text of the darkest, most arcane type, and I could be of great assistance to you.
You're a what?
I could swat back these mindless creatures like mere flies were I so inclined. I am Grimoire Weiss. My very name brings kingdoms to their knees. I will grant you one final chance. Bow your head and accept my power, or go it alone and fail.
And now we have a choice to accept the assistance of the mysterious book, the darkest of arcane types, Grimoire Weiss. You can say no, but it doesn't really matter. If you say no, it's just going to prompt you until you do it. So yes, the mysterious book has joined you.
So, how do we save Yona?
Once I destroy these shades, the magic barrier should disappear.
You can really do that?
I am Grimoire Weiss. My very name brings kingdoms to their knees.
Then get to it already, Weiss!
You will refer to me by my full and proper name.
They just keep on coming!
You should not have turned your blades on me, foul creatures. With a single word, I, Grimoire Weiss, can shatter the very universe itself. Now, prepare to... Oh dear.
Here!
It seems that the frantic bludgeoning you gave me earlier has caused my memory to escape me.
What? Damn it! Some help you turned out to be!
And so now we have access to magic.
Did you just suck the blood out of those things?
Blood is sound, sound are words, and words are power.
What's going on, Weiss?
Is this my memory?
Is that all?
Hey Hansel. Hey Gretel. Actually, I'm not entirely sure which one's Hansel and Gretel.
It seems our task is more difficult than I first envisioned.
So, welcome to Hansel and Gretel, our first boss fight of the game. As you can imagine, they are quite weak from behind.
Look how these foolish creatures charge heedlessly into battle. Still, dealing with both of them at once may prove to be a daunting task.
As you may have imagined, these monsters are quite strong against physical attack.
Book and moving statues? Really?
Fuck's sake, Nier, stop interrupting me.
Real, my friend. Keep your sword high. It's a defensive.
Really?
That sounds bad.
Enemies with such barriers are impervious to both weapons and magic.
Yeah, that's bad.
The enemy cannot move so long as the barrier is in place. Focus your attacks on the other.
Damn it, you passed through him.
The man who keeps his head in a fight is the one who emerges victorious.
Thanks, Weiss, you're a great lot of help.
Now, Put him out of his misery.
And here we go. The battle continues. Now we have Dark Lance, hell yeah. Dark Lance is a...
Learn the pattern of his shots, then finish him off.
Thanks for the tip. Is this more of your power?
It would seem so.
You sure you know what you're doing there?
It's very difficult to speak during this battle because, of course, there's going to be a lot of introductory dialogue of the absurdity of talking to a book. But for the most part, Hansel and Gretel are not an extremely difficult boss fight. You just have to basically completely ignore the one with the defensive barrier and just attack the other one. They attack in a similar pattern, they do some projectiles, dodge and strike. Unfortunately, our magic power isn't as powerful as it was in the prologue, so we can only launch about 2 magic spears at any one given time, really.
Now is your chance. Attack with all your might.
Here we go again.
They are naught but a horde of faceless minions. Swat them aside.
So, you may have realised that he seemed to have got very angry that we killed his friend. This might imply that they have some sort of sentience.
The small ones are a constant annoyance. Perhaps you should focus on them first.
You can focus on the small ones as much as you like, but the reality is they just keep respawning and it's not actually very good advice. You're probably better off actually focusing on the big guy.
One to go. Keep your guard up.
That statue was pissed.
Anger is but a form of negative energy. Nothing to fear.
Let's finish this.
This one excels at close combat. Keep your distance.
A long-range attack, huh?
I've got one right here. Flames within its eyes burn out and wither, along with his life.
Yona!
I'm sorry. I didn't mean to. I just wanted to help.
It's all right, Yona. Don't worry about it. Are you okay?
Perhaps we'd best depart, hmm?
The shrine's gonna collapse. Come on, Yona. We have to move.
You're faster than I thought.
Dad. I couldn't find a lunar tear. I'm so sorry. I just wanted to get better. So you wouldn't have to worry anymore. I'm sorry.
Don't worry about... Yona?
Yona, no!
She has the black scroll. Yeah. When did this happen? A month ago, maybe a little more. The disease curses the afflicted with strange runic symbols that gradually spread over the entire body, and I fear it is fatal. I know. Oh, Yona. Come, it is best to let her sleep.
Damn it all! Why does it have to be Yona? Why not me, of all people? Why my only daughter?
I would gladly help her had I the means to do so.
And that was the end of the Lost Shrine. It's late in the evening and there's not really a whole much to the day. We've met Grimoire Weiss and learned the extent of the Black Plague. There is no cure, and it is extremely fatal.
Of all people, why my only daughter?
And it seems to trouble Nier a lot. But the answers will have to come next episode. I'll see you then, Badger recruits. Peace out.